Larry the Loser. Structure lesson. Instructions. Watch the video lesson to understand how this grammar structure works and how you can use it to communicate more efficiently. Hey everyone! Boy, have we got something planned for you! In this lesson and module, we are going to take the grammar in the mini-story and explain it to you. You probably didn't notice it when you were listening to the mini-story, but it was there all along. You remember that we have looked at several verb tenses. Well, in this module and lesson, we are going to look at a certain grammar structure used in the verbs called the helping verbs. We can also call them the auxiliary verbs. Maybe you have somewhat of an idea of what an auxiliary verb is because you have studied it in school. Well, as usual, we will be getting an overview in this module of what an auxiliary verb is. So go ahead and ask the question, what is an auxiliary verb? In the English language, every single clause has to have a main verb which can be accompanied by one or more auxiliary verbs. An auxiliary verb is a verb which assists the main verb. In other words, it helps the main verb and hence gives us more information about the main verb. The helping verb will also change the meaning of the main verb to have one or more of the following ideas: passive voice, progressive aspect, perfect aspect, modality, dummy, and emphasis. The main auxiliary verbs used in English are to be, to have, and to do. Passive voice. To form the passive voice, we use the auxiliary verb to be with a past participle. The passive voice is used to focus on the action and not who or what is doing it. Take a look at these examples. A letter was written by him. A mistake was made. Progressive aspect. To form the progressive aspect, we will use the auxiliary verb to be with a present participle, to be plus ing, which you have already studied in previous modules. The progressive aspect is used to show that an action or state was, is, or will be unfinished at the time referred to. Take a moment to look at these examples. She is riding the train. I was driving my car. Perfect aspect. To form the perfect aspect, we will use the auxiliary verb to have with a past participle. The perfect aspect is used to tell of finished actions that are relevant to the time referred to or ones that continue up to the time referred to. Here are some examples. He has gone to the city. They have built an empire. Modality. Modal verbs are also auxiliary verbs, but they are treated separately. So we'll leave them for a later module. But just so you know, modal verbs are helping verbs. The modal verbs are as follows: should and shall, would and will, could and can, might and may, must, ought to, had better, dare, and need, etc. Here are some more examples. He should go to work today. It must be home before dark. Dummy. The helping verb do, does, and did can play the role of a dummy verb when it is transformed from a sentence that has only one main verb to an interrogative or negative. Get a load of this. I study. Do you study? I do not study. She eats. Does she eat? She does not eat. Emphasis. The helping verb do can be inverted to form a question or to take on the negative form. However, when used in a positive statement, it will provide extra emphasis. Take a look at these sentences. I do study English. He does like to drink coffee. To finish off, I want to leave you with a list of the most common auxiliary verbs. Have fun! Am, is, are, was, were, be, been, been. Have, has, had, do, does, did, can, could, would, should, will, shall, may, might, must.